Hey guys, how's it going? This is going to be my first video of this channel. There's going to be a lot of more videos coming out, but today, just to get started, we're going to show you how to add a coming soon page to your WordPress website. So this is going to be completely free with the easy drag and drop builder. So in order to do this, we're going to need 3 plugins. So right now, if we want to go and install your plugins, so we're going to use 3 plugins. One is going to be called Elementor, so it's going to be the free version. Then it's going to be Caldera Forms and Essential Add-ons for Elementor. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So if you're new to WordPress, the way you add plugins is going to be on the plugin tab right here on the left. You're going to click add a new plugin, add new. So the first one we're going to download is called Elementor. That should come up. So the first one is this one, Elementor Builder. And then the second one is going to be called Essential Add-ons. So it's going to be right here, the one that's right next to Elementor. So we're going to add that one. And then the last one is going to be Caldera Forms. So I find Caldera Forms to be simple and free to use with Elementor. The reason we need essential add-ons is to style the Caldera Forms to make it look appealing. Okay, once you have downloaded and once you have installed the plugins, go to installed plugins on the left. And then what you can do is click each one that you just downloaded and then go to bulk actions and then press activate and then apply those changes. Okay, now so the first thing we're going to do is create our form. So in order to create your form, now you're going to see this new tab here. So the new plugins that you just installed are going to be on the left hand side. So you're going to have Caldera Forms that we just downloaded, Elementor, and then Essential Add-ons. So right now we're going to click on Caldera Forms. So we're going to click on Forms and then New Form, and then we're just going to create a blank form for now. So we're going to call this Coming Soon page. And click Create. So now once you're here, this is just the interface to create a form. So in order to add the elements to your form, all you have to do is add fields here. So just drag it into this white space here. So the first thing we're going to add is a text field that's going to be called name. So this is me personally. I like to hide the label. And then we're going to require that. And then the placeholder is going to be name. To add another one. So right now we're going to add email. So just the same thing, just label the field. So this is going to be email address. And this is just me. You guys could just leave it on. If you leave it on, this is just how it will look. This is required. So this is just how it would look if you have it on. But I like to hide it. Okay, so we got email. We also want to have a number for people to write their name, number, address, so you can easily contact them. So on the name field, you're going to put phone number. And hide it. We're going to require that. And this is a placeholder. And then the next thing we're going to do is you can add a text area. So basically this would be a place where the user, whoever's visiting your website, can type in what they need from you, why they need to contact you. So this should just be a brief description. So here you could put what can we do for you, or how can we help you. Let's put that. That sounds better. How can we help you? Question mark. And then again, we're gonna hide label. You don't need to require that. You don't want them to if you don't want them to write anything, it's up to you. Let's just require that for now. And then the last thing we're gonna add is the button for the form. So here where the name is gonna be where you want the button to be called. So I'm just gonna call it submit. So submitting the form, and then we're just gonna go ahead and save it. All right, now that we have done that, we created the form. Now we can start creating our page. So an easy way to do this is just going to pages and then add new. So we're gonna call this page coming soon, or you can call it under construction, maintenance, you know, whatever you wanted to call it. So we're gonna hit publish here, and then in order to start, so you're gonna click edit with Elementor, and it's gonna take you to the back end. All right, so if you see this is just basically default style of the theme that you have installed. So in order to take that out and then just have a fresh canvas, you can just go click here on the settings on the bottom left, and then where it says page layout, right now it's set to default, so we're going to set it to Elementor canvas, and then we're just going to press update, and then there you go. So Elementor, the free version, already comes with templates that you can install for coming soon. So say if you press coming soon, these are the pro versions. Right now we're not going to go over the pro versions, that will be for another video, but here we're just going to focus on the free version of Elementor. Okay, so now let's add a section. So here you can press the edit section, so it's going to be these 6 dots. So once you click that, you're going to see this pop up on the left, and then we're going to have this at full width, and then the height, put minimum height to put viewport 100 viewport height, so that way it will take the full screen. Okay, cool. So what we want to do now is add our logo. So just grab your image here, add your logo. You can't see it, so what we can do right now is just change the background. So let's add a gradient background. So all you have to do is in order to change the background of the section that you're working on, just click the edit section with the 6 dots, and then go to style, and then you're gonna, under background, you're gonna see a gradient tab. Just click on that, and then now we're gonna pick the color that goes well with this. Let's see, let's move it at an angle. Let's change this color a little bit. I don't know why it's showing me. It looks pretty good. And the location for this one, move it out a little bit. Like that color. There you go. Yeah, so you can just play around with your colors. I chose a gradient. I think it looks cool, but you can add an image to the background if you want. Just select the image, any image you want. I don't have an image right now. Let's just do this for example. Yeah. So I'm just gonna delete that and just go with the gradient. Keep it simple. All right, now that we created the background, now we're gonna add a section to our page. So just have a double section here. So on the left hand side, we can add some text that says coming soon. So here you could put coming soon or under construction, whatever you guys want to call it. Let's change the size here. The font, if you want to change the font family, you can just hit the drop down menu here, and then it should come up. There you go. Click the font family if you want. I like this font right here. You can change the color of the font and just play around with it here. The shadow, if you want the text to have a shadow, you can do it there. Okay, so now we can add next step, we can add like a description of anything that you want to write. I already have something written out, so I can just go ahead and add that right now. You guys can use this if you want. It's just some simple text. Let's change the text color so we can see it better. Good. Okay, so our next step is going to be adding a countdown timer. So you don't necessarily need to have this, but it looks cool. So this is just the default timer. You can set, if you have an actual date set already where you want your website to be launched. So say it's February 5th. You can just easily take a date here and it'll automatically adjust the content that you see in the on the website. So we could play around with these settings a little bit. This if you wanted to have a list view, but we're gonna have a grid. Also, you can put it as an inline block, and then mess around with the design a little bit the way you want it. But for now, we're gonna just set it as block. We're gonna mess with the settings. This is to change what you want it to say. Days. Leave it at days. So this is where you would have that. If you don't want to include, say, seconds, minutes, hours, you can go ahead and disable that right here. Okay, so the next section on this countdown editor, if you want to add an action after the time expires, do you want to send a message? Do you want it to have a message? Do you want to redirect every time somebody lands on the coming soon page? So someone lands on the coming soon page and then they'll redirect them to the actual home page where you want them to go. So that's where you will go here. Right now we're going to leave it blank. Let's go to styles, and then here you can add some cool stuff to the actual styling of your countdown. So if you want to add a background color, you can here. If you want to add the gradient like we added for our regular background, you can add it here. You could do some cool stuff with this. Also, if you want to change the actual color of the numbers that you see here, you can do that here as well. You change it to white, it will be on the individual box styling. So yeah, you could do that here, change the dates. You can just play around with it and just see what you like and how you want your website to look. So for right now, we're just gonna go back to the way we just had it. Make it simple, basic, for you guys to just know how to do this right now. So the final step that we're gonna do on the designing of the coming soon page is adding the form for people to contact you. So what you can do is where it says search widgets, you can just write Caldera, which is the plugin that we use to create the form. So now once you drag that there, you're gonna create the form. So when you start adding different creating different forms, you will have a list of those forms here. So remember, we named the form coming soon page. So we just click on that, and then you see this. It's not that appealing, but we're gonna design it right now, make it look a little bit better. All right, let's start designing this form to make it look more appealing. So we're gonna click this little pen icon, just to, if you're out of it, click the little pen icon, and then just gonna, you can start editing the element that you want or the section that you want. So right now we already created the, we already assigned the correct form. So we're gonna go to styles, and then here is where we can, make everything look the way you want to. So the form width obviously is the width of the form. So we just set it to the max amount. So we're gonna go down to labels. No, I'm sorry, inputs and text area. So the text index, so this is to add some padding to the left of the forms, each form individually, each input. So the width, let's set the width. We could do 100%. So I can go all the way to the end there. So the height of the actual each actual input. This is what you'll see here, the width of the text area. Just leave it like that, 100% actually. Text area height, have it shorter. And then the spacing. So here you'll give the each text area some space from each other. So you can do that there. The shadows, I usually like adding shadows to the surrounding text areas. So you can just click it there. So we're gonna see what this does. The descriptions, we didn't add any descriptions to the fields. Here you can change the color of the placeholders. So you can just leave it the way it was. Radio, we don't have a radio or checkbox, and then the submit button, you can edit it here. So we could do a full width button, and then right now you can let's add a background color. Let's see what would work here, make it look more appealing. Let's just use the color that we added here, this blue color. So I went ahead and got that color there. And the text just be white. Then when somebody hovers over the button, we want it to change colors. So let's just add like a red color. We're just having fun here. Red color, and then the text will be white. Have it as white. We won't add a border. So this success message is a message that will pop up every time someone successfully fills out the whole form. So this is just the basically the colors that you want it to appear, and then the error message. You could probably display this as red so they can know that there is an error on the form that they have filled out. Okay, so now we have a full coming soon page. We could add some padding to give it some space between the logo, excuse me, the logo and the container underneath the logo. So what you can do is click the section, the edit section, and then go to advanced. Now we're just gonna add, we can add a top margin of say 50 pixels. See how much 100 looks. That's not bad. Leave it at 100. Okay guys, it's looking good. So this is just a basic form. Let's add some padding or some margin on the left here so they can have some space between these containers. But we can actually have it as a full width, and that will give it some spacing. Not necessarily. Let's put it back to boxed, like how the box looks, and then we'll just add some padding on the, not padding, let's add some margin on the left here. Add some part, like the 10 pixels would be fine. Okay, so this is very important. So as you editing your pages on Elementor, just make sure that you press the green update button that you just saw here. That just makes sure that you have saved all your work. Very important. All right, guys. So let's check out the form. It's looking good. Looks good. So the next step that we want to do is just going back to the, let's go back to the dashboard of the website. So if you notice right now, if we go to our website, it's just the basic. So this was a fresh install. So we're gonna see the themes, the theme here, like the theme that we have going on right now. So in order to fix this, and add that actual page every time somebody clicks on the URL or types in the URL on the browser, we can go to the dashboard and then go to settings and then go to reading. So once you're in reading, we're gonna set the home page display to a static page, and then underneath where it says home page, you're gonna select the coming soon page that you just created, and then just save those changes. Just go to the home icon again, and then you should see what you just had designed on the home page. So we can test it out. So name, Eddie at gmail.com. It's not my email, guys. Just a placeholder. So we're gonna put a fake number just to test. And then how can we help you? Just testing. And then press submit. And the form has successfully been submitted. All right, so the next step is once somebody submits the form, you can see those submissions on the actual Caldera section. So you go to Caldera Forms, go to Forms, and then see we have one entry. That was just the entry that we just did right now. So you just click on entries here, and then we're gonna view it, and then here it is. Also, if you want to export those lists to another email provider like MailChimp, Constant Contact, you can easily export them here. Just click on the ones that you want to export. You can do export or bulk action, and then just apply. Export selected, and then just like that, it'll download to your local. Well, that was it, guys. If you guys have any questions, just ask on the comment below. If you guys want me to do a tutorial to something else, I'm going to try to come out with some helpful videos like this at least once a week to just help out beginners and just people on a budget that's trying to build websites without spending any extra money on those plugins, because I know it can get expensive. So just stay tuned, subscribe, and see you soon. Thank you, guys.